Hey guys, KEnODvT here, and I've recently been having some trouble with Terran on the ladder, and this mostly stems from the fact that I haven't yet found a way to break into their wall. And there was a GSL strat that I heard about it's fairly old now, but I never actually used it, which was a 3 Stalker 1 Void Ray push to hit things in their wall to punish them for making that wall, and then you leave her enough damage to win. And I tried it out just now and it went interestingly, so I thought I'd do the replay and show the strat to you guys so that other people can make the strat work for them if they're having trouble with Terran as Protoss. Now I'm scouting at 9, which is very, very standard for me. I don't know what other people do. It's just I like to get that early scout, because that's the scout I find that if it's not a 4-player map, then if say a Zerg 6 pooling or something, that's the crucial time where it's always good to know when this guy arrives. Now apart from that, I'm not doing anything particularly interesting. I'm just pumping econ, going for a 15 gate if memory serves, trying to get some worker kills down here. It's always a good idea to try and stop their barracks and get any little bit of economic damage that you can, and it does work quite effectively, quite a lot. Now this is the point where I'm laying down my gateway. I am getting a bit lax in my minerals. That is because I am microing my dude. You can see up here that I've got 200 minerals, which isn't the best thing for someone to have at this point in the game, but I've got his worker down to 5. I thought I might be able to stop it, but I was having trouble selecting it, so I just killed it before I got my guy the hell out of there. Now I'm laying down my first gateway, and now I have 600 resources, so 400 resources, and that's not a good position to be in. Particularly, he is now just transferring 3 workers over to gas. He hasn't built a core or refinery, so we'll see which he pops down first. The gateway is just about to finish, and as is my assimilator, I should be dropping 3 workers onto that shortly. There we go. And we do see a refinery going down. No, not a refinery, a tech lab going down, and Koba is not doing anything else. He has stuck at a fairly low worker count, and he hasn't popped an orbital command to make up the difference. And as you can see, I've gone for 15-19. Now, 3-4 months ago, when this game would have come out, I would have said, oh, that's just because he's not a great player, he's forgetting to make workers. Now I say it's something else. He's trying to leverage an early push by stopping production of workers. So it's little things like that you have to gauge, and one of the most important things I've started to do in my 2v2s with Talene is to start guessing how many workers they have from what I can see. And if you guess around right, which you can get pretty good at, then you can have a feel for what they're doing. For instance, I can look at a Zerg base early game and know, oh, 12 or 15, around those numbers, and say if he's going for 15, that generally indicates an expansion, whereas if he's going for 12, that generally indicates a pull. That's not always the case, but the majority of cases are that. Now he is finally upgrading to an orbital command. It's a bit late, not an amazing amount. I've got a Stalker over here heading to the Zelnaga Watchtower just to get myself protected. Now I got very lucky's kind of a bad word. If he'd pushed me 5 seconds earlier, I would have lost. That is very, very clear, and I will explain why shortly. Now I don't have that many Stalkers, so if he pushes out now, he can kill me, and he's not, which, there he goes. Now, I only have 2 Stalkers at this point. I am getting a Stalker and a Zealot, and very soon I should be getting a Void Ray as well, given that this is a Void Ray break-in punishing a Terran for his wall. We do see him pushing out, and I should see it on the Zelnaga Cavern. I'm not watching my minimap as much as I should be, and don't have time to draw back my guy. Instead, all I have is I I don't even have time to draw back this zealot, which is not good. He was going over to scout at the time, and I just completely forgot about him. Now here's where I got incredibly lucky. If we just rewind 20 seconds, go to my cam, you'll notice that both my things are chrono boosting, but most importantly, there I was putting out my zealot to... Now at this point, pause. Okay, hold on, go back a couple of seconds. Sorry guys. If we look at my cam, I'm just going to slow it down a bit. Okay, now here is where I could have spotted. I could have saved a stalker and a zealot if I'd been paying attention. Here's where I spot it. We are on my perspective, so we know when I spot something. I am, however, producing... No, I don't produce... There, I lose that guy, and I lose this zealot. Now the other thing is I do get rather lucky. I'm waiting for the cybernetics core to finish so that I can warp in a sentry. Now, this sentry is all that stands between me and destruction, so this is why I got incredibly lucky, because this unit placement was rather lucky. Look, he targets everything down here and doesn't actually push up my ramp. While I'm warping this in, I bring him across, bam, force field, one marine down. Now notice something else I noticed as soon as I saw his force. There's two marines. Now if we can but get rid of those marines, then I have a very, very clear path onto a void ray just killing these 4 marauders. Now, interestingly enough, while this is happening, he's going for a factory. Now, it is for a 1-1-1, but it could just be that he wants to push tanks after this. I know it's of a 1-1-1 because I played this game not 5 minutes ago. Now, I'm going to keep playing, and they do manage to pick off my zealot, but I managed to push them away, and I'm just going to speed it up a bit. We do now see the void ray is coming out in a couple of seconds, and I don't have the energy to block them off again. So a little attack move, trying to snipe that one marauder, and with this void ray I'm going to go back in. The marine is down. Now, in theory I should have run away with these stalkers, but I tried it and it doesn't really work because they have concussive shell. It's better to just sit there and try and kill them off as fast as possible. Now here's where I try the GSL strategy. I push out with a void ray and 3 stalkers. Now against his reasonably dwindled defenses, this is not a bad idea. He is pushing up a starport and an engineering bay, but I'm pushing out with a void ray and 3 stalkers. Now if I was to say try and push up this ramp, it wouldn't work. He has 4 marauders and he would just pick me off. But that's not what I'm going for. I'm going to sit here and try and deal as much damage to this factory, this supply depot, that supply depot as I can. So I'm going to get the void ray charged up on this tech lab and use my stalkers to leverage a little bit more pain. I'm going to target that marine so he can't take out my void ray and just try and take out this tech lab. Now the void ray does then target the biggest threat to itself, being the marines, and then the marauder comes second. Now I have 5 stalkers and another void ray on the way. The other thing I'd like to make note of is as soon as his push failed, I put down an expansion. Now that's for 2 reasons. 1, I'm a bad player. Well, I'm not bad, but I make mistakes. So in the middle of a combat I generally amass some minerals. So as soon as I push or win a confrontation from my end, defending, I will straight away go and expand. So we see that I'm pretty much just poning face right here. I'm able to sit here with sight, not having to push up a ramp, which is what Terran wants to exploit. And I'm able to pick off his barracks and just wreak havoc all round, really. He does have 1 void ray, but to be honest, it's not going to deal that much versus 4 stalkers and 2 void rays. So again, this strategy is fairly specific, and if he'd just pumped marines, I might not have done so well, but he didn't, and I used it to push down his wall, which is something I've been having a lot of trouble with as Terran, because I find they can just sit back here and outrange my zealots, which are in my army, which means they do nothing, and my stalkers are struggling to get within range of his units while he's firing down on me. It's just a little awkward, but this is a very good way around it, and I intend to be using it very, very, very consistently. This is KEnODvT, signing off.